Hey guys, my name is Morgan and welcome to today's video. Today is going to be the transplanting of all my bell peppers. I'm going to be transplanting them down to the raised bed at the bottom of the garden. These peppers are in desperate need of a transplant. They've been in here for maybe just over 2 months maybe. And yeah, they definitely need to be transplanted, so I'm going to go down to the bottom there, measure out what kind of spacing I'm looking for, and then we'll see how they're going to fit and how many I can put in there. So here at the bottom of the garden we have our raised bed, and you can actually see that we have some pink flowers here, and I'm going to be putting these in on the corners of the raised bed. These are called Pentas Pink, and they're just going to attract some nice pollinators, and they do well in sun. They attract a lot of butterflies, so that's going to be really cool. So these are going to be going on the corners of the raised bed, and then we're going to have the bell peppers all along inside here. What I need to do now is actually see what kind of spacing we're going to be looking for. Will I be able to put 3? I think I'll be able to put 3. So if we had 3 and then we had rows going up along there, then we should be able to put 3, because I'm thinking they're going to grow into a bit of a bush. So I think 3 might be just too much, but I think that with the kind of spacing like that, and then maybe if we put another one like over here, we can even test something out and maybe have some going in the middle. So we have rows of 2 and then rows of 3, something like that. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go with rows of 3. It's going to go along like this. So yeah, okay, let me go count how many bell peppers I have, and then we can come and finish marking out where they're going to go. Alright, so after counting the seedlings, we have 32 bell pepper seedlings. So that is quite a load, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fit all 32 into the raised bed. So what I'm going to do is, if I have a few extra, I do have these beds that are fixed up at the bottom here, so I will be putting some of them in there if I do run out of space. But yeah, we have 32, so let's go count out and see if we can equally space and see how they're going to fit in. So I've marked out my spacings and I'm able to fit 28 in here, so there's going to be a little bit extra. So those are going to go into the beds over here, but yeah, we can comfortably fit 28 seedlings in here. And I did account for the space that we're going to have for our Pentas Pink and the other one over there. So we've got rows of 3, and then right on the end we've got a row of 2 and then a row of 2. So we can fit 28 in here. So now it is time to get those out carefully, make sure we don't damage the roots, and then we can get them in the raised bed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come with my little spade, and what I'm going to try and do is basically just come around the plant and trying as best not to damage anything, basically just cut it out and then just scoop it up like this, and then we can take this, make a nice big hole, and then put this straight in there. I don't want to take the plant out of the soil that it's in, so you can see all these roots all around. I don't want to damage those. I don't want to damage them more than what I have already. So by leaving the soil in and amongst the roots, and then just planting it straight into the soil that we have there like this, we stand a higher chance of success, because the roots are not being damaged and we're not fiddling around the roots trying to get all the soil out and then putting it into some brand new soil. The plant is already comfortable in here, so I'm going to leave it in here and just put this entire thing into the soil down at the bottom. there we have the first bell pepper in. I've actually planted them a little bit deeper than what they were in the bath. This is because when they grow a little bit taller and they become more bushy and they start producing peppers, they're going to be a little bit top heavy, so I want to have it deeper so that a little bit of the stem is also under the ground. It just helps keep the plant nice and sturdy and it doesn't get thrown around in the wind and stuff like that, and it'll also be a little bit stronger to hold all the fruit. Yeah, we have the next one. I've just realized this is going to take quite a while, so I'm going to set up a little time lapse and we're going to get all of these bell peppers down into the raised bed. So a little bit of a sad moment. I had my GoPro set up over there and I planted this whole half of the bed, and the sun started coming out and it's getting really hot now. I'll put a screenshot of what the temperature is. But the sun started coming out and I thought, okay, I'm going to take a break now. I'm going to give this half a little bit of water, and as I walk over to my GoPro, I realized it wasn't recording. So the whole time lapse of all of this, it wasn't recorded. So the next time lapse is going to start like halfway. So yeah, just thought I'd mention it didn't record the first half of the time lapse. But yeah, I'm going to get some water on these ones, take a bit of a break, and then we'll carry on a bit later. So the sun is definitely coming out and it is incredibly hot now. So I've just put this little board over just to help with a little bit of keeping the sun out. They will eventually be able to withstand the sun and withstand the heat and stuff like that, but being transplanted, it was actually a little bit overcast this morning, so I thought, okay, perfect day for transplanting. But the sun has actually come out and it is definitely a little bit hotter than what I expected. So I'm just putting that over, and then a couple days from now they should be able to withstand the heat. This is another thing that I've done. Just put a little umbrella here for the broccoli. They also, you can see the one plant that's like half in the sun, half not. You can see this leaf is wilting a little bit, but all of these ones are still fine. So yeah, I knew that these ones will definitely need some coverage, so I just put this umbrella up now as well. It is a little bit later in the afternoon now, and the sun has gone behind these huge clouds, which will potentially bring us some rain. There's some like a thunder going on, so hopefully we can get some rain going. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up planting out this bed. I've still got my bell peppers up top there, so I'm going to plant this out. It is still a little bit humid, but there's some rain coming, so that's going to give it a good water and the plants will be all good. So I'm going to carry on with this and we can get this done. So there we have it, the raised bed is now fully planted out, and something happened in my calculation, but I was actually able to plant all 32 seedlings in here. So I've got all 32 and I actually put one of them, so there's a row there, there's a row there, and I put one in the middle there. So I just felt bad, I didn't want to have that one seedling on the side, so I just thought I'd put it in there, find a bit of space. So yeah, I can hear the thunder, it's getting a lot louder, so hopefully there's some good rain to water this in. If no rain falls, I'll give them a good water. It's always a good idea to water your seedlings after you transplant them, just so that they a little bit more comfortable and it doesn't shock the plant too much. And also when they notice that there's water, they know that they can grow there, so they're not going to just stay one size and survive for however long. They actually know that they can send roots out and they can carry on growing. So if the rain doesn't come, I'll water them, but it definitely sounds like there's some good rain on the way. So yeah, this is what the bed looks like. We've got our pentas pink flowers on either side, and we've got our beautiful bell peppers all along the raised bed. And the next time I cut the grass, I will be adding that on top as a nice mulch. because when I transplanted in, some of the grass went in and got planted with the seedlings. So when I cut the grass again, I'll put that on top here. There'll be a good mulch layer. But before we end the video, I need to go up there to the bath, and I've got some lettuce that I'm going to be planting in that patch that I had the bell peppers in previously. So let's go up there and get that lettuce in. Here we have our lettuce. We've got two varieties of lettuce actually. We've got red leaf lettuce and we've got loose lettuce. So that is going to be going in this top little section of the bath. Lettuce don't need a deep space. They don't need a lot of soil. They don't have a big root structure. So this little patch that I have here in the bath is going to be perfectly fine. So I'm going to add a little bit of a mulch layer and plant them in, give them a good water, and then they'll be all good. There we have it. Our lettuce is in, and as you can see, there's a little bit of like a black, almost a bark on the top. That's actually what they were planted in the seeding trays, and like I mentioned, they don't have a very huge root structure, so a lot of the bark at the bottom of the seeding tray wasn't even used. The root didn't even get there. So I just sprinkled that on top there, so just in case you're wondering what I sprinkled on top, I think you can see in the time lapse that I sprinkled the stuff that was left in the seeding tray. So it's just a little bit of bark and some dirt that they were planted in. There we have our lettuce. Just going to give them a good water and they will be all good in here for a long time. That is going to be the end of today's video. We got our lettuce planted, we got our bell peppers in the raised bed done. I really hope you enjoy, and thank you so much for watching.